Welcome back to the discussion of quantum dynamics. So we discussed two different pictures in quantum dynamics, basically Schrödinger and Heisenberg. And today we will be discussing about the interaction picture. Okay, so if you recall the Schrödinger picture, in Schrödinger picture, the state vector is a function of time and the operator is not function of time. Whereas when you are going to the Heisenberg picture, the state vector is not a function of time and the operator is a function of time. So obviously in the interaction picture, both the state vector and the operator will evolve with time. So in interaction, the state vector I will represent by symbol psi I would be a function of time and the operator ai, that is also a function of time. Okay, so when would this interaction picture will come into our problem? So this interaction picture will come, we'll usually use this interaction picture if you can split your total Hamiltonian of the system into two parts. That is, if it is a combination of a time independent part H0 and time dependent part H prime, then the interaction picture would be very useful. Okay, so if you look at this very carefully, if H prime is 0, then the Hamiltonian is completely time independent and that would be corresponding to the Schrödinger picture. And if H0 is vanishing, then the H is only H prime, which is a function of time, and obviously that corresponding to the Heisenberg picture. So therefore the interaction picture, literally we can say that it is a combination of both the Schrödinger and Heisenberg picture. Okay, now since in the interaction picture both the state vector and the operator are evolved with time, there should be some differential equation which describe the time evolution of these two things. Okay, so there should be a differential equation which would give the time evolution of the state vector psi I, and there should be some other differential equation which would give the time evolution of the operator ai. Okay, so first we will discuss about the time evolution for the state vector psi. Now in order to discuss that, we have to just recall our discussion about the Heisenberg picture. So in Heisenberg picture we have connected the state vector psi h and the state vector in the Schrödinger picture in this form. The psi h is u t t0 or u inverse t t0 psi of t. And what is this u inverse t t0 or what is u t t0? U t t0 is exponential of minus I by h cross h into t minus t0. Okay, so here h is a Hamiltonian in Schrödinger picture, which is basically independent on time. So that means we can connect a Schrödinger picture into some other picture using this operator u inverse, which is a unitary operator, and this transformation I can call as a unitary transformation. Okay, and the generator of this unitary transformation is the time independent Hamiltonian. So that is the important point. Okay, so then how can I connect the state vector in interaction picture and the state vector in Schrödinger picture? Okay, in interaction picture the Hamiltonian has two parts, a time independent part and time dependent part. So obviously the psi I and psi would be connected through a unitary operator with H0 as a generator. Okay, so I no need to use the complete Hamiltonian as a generator, I have to use only H0 as a generator. So then I can write the state vector in the interaction picture, obviously is a function of time. This will be equal to u in 0 inverse t t0 psi of t. Okay, so here psi of t is a state vector in Schrödinger and psi I is a state vector in interaction picture, and u0 inverse or u0 is a unitary operator with the generator as h0, which is the time independent part of the Hamiltonian. Okay, so u0 tt0 is exponential of minus I by h cross h0 t minus t0. Now what would be the corresponding connection between the operators? What would be the connection between the operator in interaction picture and the operator in the Schrodinger picture? Okay, so that is very straightforward. So since this is the unitary transformation of vector, the corresponding unitary transformation of operator, it is very simple, ai, it's a function of t, that would be equal to u0 inverse t0 k u0 t0. Okay, so this we already discussed in previous sections in the formulation of the mathematical formulation of quantum mechanics. We have discussed if you transform a vector, what will be the corresponding transformation of the operator. Okay, so we can refer that. Now with this information we can go into the next level. The next level is we will discuss about what would be the corresponding the differential equation satisfied by the state vector and the operator. Okay. So it is very simple to find the differential equation for the state vector. You have to just differentiate this with respect to time. Okay, so d psi I of t by dt. So better put an IH cross on the left side. So this would be equal to IH cross. What would be d psi I by dt? Okay, I have to differentiate this with respect to time. So it has two parts, u0 inverse and psi. So obviously I have to use the product rule, and this become dou u0 inverse dou t psi of t plus u0 inverse dou psi. Okay. Now what would be the derivative of u0 inverse? Okay, so that I will do it in the next step, because we know that u0 inverse is e raised to I by h cross h0 t minus t0, and hence dou u0 inverse by dou t become I by h cross h0 e raised to I by h cross h0 t minus t0, and this is nothing but again u0 inverse. So this would be simply equal to I by h cross h0 u0 inverse. Okay, now what would be dou psi by dou t? So for this we can remember, you can recall the Schrodinger equation in Schrodinger picture. The Schrodinger equation, which is the differential equation satisfied by the state vector. So it is IH cross dou psi by dou t equal to h psi. So remember, this h is a total Hamiltonian. It is not time dependent or time independent Hamiltonian. It is a total Hamiltonian h. Okay. So then what will be dou psi by dou t? It will be 1 by IH cross h psi. So if you substitute these two result into our main equation, so then it become IH cross d psi of t by dt equal IH cross I by h cross. So I by h cross I can write minus 1 by IH cross h0 u0 inverse plus u0 inverse. What would be dou psi by dou t? So dou psi by dou t I can write 1 by IH cross h psi. Okay, so I forgot to write the psi of t here. Okay, then it is very easy to simplify it. I can take 1 by IH cross outside, so this IH cross would cancel, and there is a minus sign here, there is a plus sign here, and H is the total Hamiltonian, which is 0 plus H prime. Okay, so what will happen is the term, the H0 U0 inverse I of t would cancel, and I will get only the term containing H prime. So finally the result would be very simple. It would be simply equal to U0 inverse H prime psi of t. Okay, now the last step, what I will do is I will introduce a U0 here and U0 inverse. The product of U0 and U0 inverse is identity operator. So I will introduce an identity operator here. And if you introduce such identity operator, what would happen is it become U0 inverse H prime U0 and U0 inverse psi. Now U0 inverse H prime U0 would become the Hamiltonian, the H prime Hamiltonian in the interaction picture. So U0 inverse H prime U0, U0 inverse psi of t. So this is H prime in the interaction picture. Again, it's a function of time. This is the state vector in the interaction picture. It's a function of time, and my equation would be the IH cross d psi I by dt is H prime I, the psi I of t. Okay, now this is nothing but like our Schrodinger equation, but only difference is instead of the total Hamiltonian, we have the time dependent Hamiltonian in the interaction picture. So with this, we have completed the discussion of the time evolution for the state vector. Okay, so the state vector, the evolution is, as I already said, it is similar to the Schrodinger equation, but only one difference, instead of the total Hamiltonian, we are getting the time dependent Hamiltonian. So this is the differential equation of the state vector in interaction picture. Okay, so next we have to discuss what would be the time evolution for the operators. Okay, so similarly there will be some differential equation for the operator, because the operator is also a function of time in the interaction picture. Okay, now for the operator in the interaction picture is connected with the operator in Schrodinger picture according to this form, U0 inverse A U0, where U0 is a unitary operator with H0 as a generator. Okay, so in order to get the differential equation, as we follow the standard procedure, we will differentiate AI with respect to time. So I am going to differentiate AI with respect to time. Okay, so as we have two different terms here which is a function of time, so I have to use the product rule. So dou U0 inverse dou t A U0 plus U0 inverse A dou U0 dou t. Okay, and dou U0 dou t is already known to us. That would be equal to minus I by H cross H0 d U0. Again U0 is 1. So dou U0 inverse, that would become plus I by H cross H0 U0 A U0 plus U0 inverse A minus I by H cross H0 U0. Okay, now U0 is only a function of H0, so therefore U0 and H0 would commute, so there is no problem for this order, so I can change the order. Okay, now instead of writing I by H cross, I prefer writing 1 by IH cross, so that I can take IH cross to the left in the next step. So I will write 1 by IH cross. So if you take this I to the down, there will be a minus sign coming over here, and again there will be a minus sign coming over here, but there is already a minus sign here, so that become positive. Okay, so this term I can write first. If you take I to the downside, so this will be u0 inverse a h0 u0, then minus sign here, minus. Now h0 u0 can be interchanged because these are the commuting operators, u0 h0 a u0. Okay. Now the next step is I will introduce an identity between a and h0 in both the terms. So identity in the form of u0 in u0 inverse. So I will introduce a u0 inverse here, and again a u0 inverse here. So if you introduce such term here, then what will become is u0 inverse a u0, then u0 inverse h0 u0. And what is u0 inverse a u0? U0 inverse a u0 is nothing but ai. So that first term would be the operator in the interaction picture, and the next term would be the operator h0 in the interaction picture, and so on. So I am not going to write that step, so you can follow it, you can try it your own. So I will writing the result. So 1 by ih cross, this would become ai h0I minus h0I ai. And what is this term? Is nothing but, okay, that is, you already know, it is commuted. I can take my IH cross to the left side, so this become IH cross d ai by dt equal commutator ai h0. Okay, so to which this equation is correspond to? This corresponding to the Heisenberg equation of motion for the operator. So in the case of Heisenberg, we have got a similar equation, almost same equation for the time evolution for the operator, but only one difference. It is the time evolution, the IH cross dA by dt, it was in Heisenberg picture, it is a commutator of operator with the complete Hamiltonian, but here only one difference. Instead of the complete Hamiltonian, the commutator has to be taken with the time independent part of the Hamiltonian. So that is the difference. Okay, so this corresponding to the Heisenberg picture, or this corresponding to the Heisenberg equation of motion. So the time evolution of the operator corresponding to the Heisenberg equation of motion, and it is connected with the commutator between the operator and the time independent part of the Hamiltonian in the interaction picture. So whereas the time evolution of the state vectors corresponding to the Schrodinger equation with the time dependent part of the Hamiltonian is used in this equation. So here with h0 is used. Okay, so now it is very clear. So in the interaction picture, it is basically the combination of both Schrodinger and Heisenberg. We are getting the both equation. We are getting the Schrodinger equation. We are getting the Heisenberg equation. But there are slight differences. The difference is in Schrodinger picture, the time evolution of the state vector is completely characterized by the total Hamiltonian. But in the interaction picture, the time evolution is characterized by the time dependent part of the Hamiltonian. And in Heisenberg picture, the time evolution of the operator is completely determined by the complete Hamiltonian, whereas in interaction picture, the time dependence or the time evolution depending upon the time independent part of the Hamiltonian. Okay, so now we have completed the discussion of the quantum dynamics. We have discussed three different pictures: the Schrodinger picture, Heisenberg picture, and as well as the interaction picture. Okay, so next is application. So we have to apply to some physical problem as an illustration. So we'll discuss the harmonic oscillator problem in the Schrodinger picture and in Heisenberg picture. So it is a very lengthy problem. Okay, it is not very easy to complete the task within a small time, so it will take time. Okay, so anyhow that I will discuss in the next session. I will discuss the Schrodinger picture, how we can apply the Schrodinger picture on solving the harmonic oscillator problem. It is a very famous problem. And in the next session, I will discuss how we can tackle the harmonic oscillator problem using Heisenberg picture. Okay, so that's it. So with that, we will complete the syllabus. So okay, see you in the next session. Thank you.